You have been trying to think your way into success, and yet success seems to remain at a distance. You affirm it, you declare it, you visualize it, and still something feels incomplete. You wonder why the demonstration has not yet appeared. Let me tell you what you may not have understood. Thought alone is not enough. Thought is the seed, but feeling is the soil. The subconscious mind does not respond to what you think about it, responds to what you feel to be true. This is the hidden law you have been missing. You have been planting seeds in dry grounds, wondering why nothing grows. The moment you unite thought with feeling, the moment you feel your success is already accomplished, the subconscious begins to bring it into form. And this changes everything. For years, perhaps, you have been told to think positively. You have repeated affirmations, made lists, set goals. And these are good, but they are incomplete. Thought without feeling is like a letter written but never sent. The subconscious mind never receives it. Let me explain why this happens. The subconscious mind is not a reasoning mind. It does not analyze or argue. It does not question whether your thoughts are true or false. It simply accepts what is felt as real. This is the great secret. The subconscious responds to feeling tones, not intellectual declarations. You may say 1,000 times, "I am successful," but if beneath those words you feel doubt, lack, or unworthiness, it is the feeling the subconscious accepts. You may picture yourself prosperous, but if the picture carries no warmth, no conviction, no inner sense of reality, it remains a fantasy, powerless to move the creative forces within you. I have seen this pattern many times. A man comes to me and says, "I have been affirming abundance for months, but nothing changes." I ask him, "When you affirm abundance, what do you feel?" And he becomes quiet. He realizes that while he speaks the words, he feels empty. He feels as though he is pretending. And the subconscious, faithful servant that it is, accepts the feeling of pretense and creates more pretense. This is not failure. This is law. The subconscious does not fail you. It never fails. It works with absolute precision. It accepts the blueprint you give it through feeling, and it builds accordingly. If you feel lack, you will experience lack. If you feel struggle, you will experience struggle. And if you feel success, truly feel it as a present reality, you will experience success. Do you see the difference? Thinking about success keeps success at a distance. It places success in the future, somewhere you hope to arrive. But feeling success brings it into the now. It makes success a present fact in your inner world, and what is accepted inwardly must, by law, manifest outwardly. This is why so many people work hard, plan carefully, and still find themselves repeating the same patterns. They have not changed the feeling. They have changed their actions, their strategies, their environment, but they carry the same inner state. And the inner state is the mold from which all outer experience is cast. The Bible tells us, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Notice it does not say, as a man thinketh in his head. The heart represents feeling. It represents the subconscious acceptance of an idea as true. This is where creation begins. You are beginning to sense that quiet power within you. Here is the revelation that changes everything. The subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. If you can feel yourself successful, feel it with the same naturalness, the same quiet certainty you would feel if it were already accomplished. The subconscious accepts it as accomplished. And once the subconscious accepts it, all the creative forces of your being begin to work toward its manifestation. Doors open, ideas come, opportunities appear, not by magic, but by law, the law of mind. What you feel, you become. This is not theory. This is the operating principle of the universe. The subconscious is the bridge between your inner world and your outer world. It takes the feeling tone of your thoughts and impresses it upon the infinite intelligence that governs all creation. And infinite intelligence responds. Faith is not hoping. Faith is feeling it done. Here's the revelation that changes everything. The subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. If you can feel yourself successful, feel it with the same naturalness, the same quiet certainty you would feel if it were already accomplished. The subconscious accepts it as accomplished. And once the subconscious accepts it, all the creative forces of your being begin to work toward its manifestation. Doors open, ideas come, opportunities appear, not by magic, but by law, the law of mind. What you feel, you become. This is not theory. This is the operating principle of the universe. The subconscious is the bridge between your inner world and your outer world. It takes the feeling tone of your thoughts and impresses it upon the infinite intelligence that governs all creation. And infinite intelligence responds. Faith is not hoping, faith is feeling it done. Now let us move into the practical application of this truth. How do you cultivate the feeling of success? Before success appears in your external world, first, you must understand that feeling is not emotion. Emotion is surface level. It comes and goes, rises and falls with circumstances. But feeling, in the sense we are discussing, is a deep inner knowing. It is the sense of naturalness, of rightness, of yes, this is so. Think of a moment when you believed and it worked. Perhaps you felt certain you would receive a letter, and it came. Perhaps you felt sure you would meet someone, and you did. What was present in that moment? It was not excitement or nervousness. It was a quiet assurance a calm inner knowing that it was already done. This is the feeling of success. To generate this feeling, you do not need to force emotion. You do not need to manufacture enthusiasm. You simply need to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. And you do this through imagination. Imagination is the workshop of God within you. It is the creative faculty by which you shape your inner world, and the inner world is the only world that matters, for it is the cause of the outer. Sit quietly. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself as you would be if your desire were already realized. Do not imagine the process of achieving it. Do not see yourself struggling toward it. See yourself being it. Feel yourself living from the end result. If you desire financial success, do not imagine money coming to you. Imagine the feeling of freedom, of security, of being able to give generously and live abundantly. What would that feel like? How would you walk through your day? What quiet confidence would you carry? Let that feeling fill you. Let it become natural to you. Can you feel that calm certainty stirring within you now? Now, here is the key. You must remain faithful to that feeling. This does not mean you deny your present circumstances. It means you do not give them the power to dictate your inner state. Circumstances are effects, not causes. The cause is always in consciousness, in what you accept as true within yourself. When doubt arises, and it will, do not fight it. Simply return to the feeling. Gently, persistently return to the inner knowing that your good is already established in the invisible realm of mind. Doubt is nothing more than the old habit of feeling lack reasserting itself. You do not need to struggle with it. You simply replace it. I often tell people, live by imagination, not by circumstance. Circumstance will always lag behind consciousness. There is a time interval between the inner acceptance and the outer manifestation. This is where faith is required. Faith is not blind belief. Faith is the ability to remain inwardly faithful to your vision, even when the outer world has not yet conformed to it. And this is where understanding becomes demonstration. Let me give you an example from life. A woman once came to me, burdened with financial difficulty. She had tried everything, harder work, better planning, affirmations, but nothing seemed to shift. I asked her, "How do you feel about money?" She said, "I feel anxious. I feel like there's never enough." I said, "Then that is what you are creating, the feeling of never enough." I instructed her to change her inner conversation. Every night before sleep, she was to imagine the feeling of financial ease. Not the money itself, but the feeling, the relief, the freedom, the quiet joy of knowing her needs were met. She was to fall asleep in that feeling. She did this faithfully. And within weeks, things began to shift. An unexpected opportunity came. A debt was forgiven. Resources appeared from directions she had not anticipated, not because she manipulated the outer world, but because she changed her inner world and the outer world, being effect followed. This is how the law works. Now, some will say, but I have tried to feel successful and nothing happened. When I inquire further, find that they imagine success for a few minutes, then return to worry. They affirmed abundance in the morning, then spent the day feeling lack. This is like planting a seed, then digging it up to see if it has grown. You must be consistent. The subconscious responds to the dominant feeling tone of your mind. If you feel successful for 5 minutes and doubtful for 23 hours, doubt is your dominant state, and doubt is what you will demonstrate. But if you persist, if you return again and again to the feeling of your wish fulfilled, the subconscious will accept it. And once it accepts it, the demonstration is inevitable. Think of a moment when you believed and it worked. Remember, the subconscious is completely impersonal. It does not care whether you feel success, failure. It simply says yes to whatever you impress upon it. This is wonderful news because it means you are never at the mercy of external conditions. You are always at the mercy of your own consciousness. And you can change your consciousness. You do this through deliberate, disciplined use of imagination and feeling. You do this by assuming the state you wish to experience and living in that assumption until it hardens into fact. This is not self-deception. This is self-direction. You are not pretending success exists when it does not. You are creating success by impressing its feeling upon the only creative force you have. You are now beginning to understand the great secret. Success is not something you chase. It is something you become. And you become it by feeling it first. The outer world is a mirror. It reflects back to you what you have accepted within yourself. If you wish to see success in your life, you must first establish success in your consciousness. And you establish it not by thinking about it, but by feeling it as already true. This is the law. This is how creation works. Thought combined with feeling impresses the subconscious, and the subconscious externalizes what has been impressed upon it. You do not need to know how it will happen. That is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to remain faithful to the feeling. The subconscious, in its infinite wisdom, will arrange the mean. Go now in peace. Know that within you is a power that responds to your every feeling. Speak to it in the set language. It understands the language of feeling. Feel your success. Live in the quiet assurance that it is already done. And watch as your world transforms to match the state you have claimed within. The subconscious is the servant of belief. What you accept inwardly, you experience outwardly. This is the truth, and it will set you free.